What is going on, everyone? ShadowRoger here, back at Hogwarts Legacy. Time to go meet Poppy regarding the dragon. I decided to teleport here to Hogsmeade because she's riding there. First, where's the broom?
You're back! Nice to see you again.
Oh, there's no broom upgrades. But let me solve. Oh, I've got an item I can identify. Ooh, I don't know. Oh well. It's gonna stay in my inventory.
Thanks for stopping by.
Oh
Hope
boy.
to see you again.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Leave me alone. Don't have upgrades for me. Hello, Poppy.
Over here.
This is a change of pace from our last outing.
Don't remind me. The thought of that tent still makes my blood boil. I've been thinking about those poor dragons in the fighting ring. The collars they were wearing, they appeared to be goblin silver. I think a collar is precisely what we found at that poacher camp. I've never known poachers to use anything like that before.
The dragon that attacked my carriage was wearing a collar, and Professor Fig was genuinely baffled by its behavior.
That attack always did strike me as a little strange, seemingly coming out of nowhere. Surely you aren't suggesting that the collars somehow control the poor creatures?
Exactly.
Merlin, I don't think the dragon we set free was wearing a collar, but we should check. And if we can find her, we can return her egg.
That's a good idea. We need to see this through.
I'll start looking into it right away. There was something else that I wanted to discuss with you. I didn't want to press it before. It seems I may have caused you more trouble with Victor Rookwood. Why is he after you?
If it's all right with you, I'd rather not say. At least not at the moment.
Understood. We all have our secrets. I shan't press for more details. In fact, I should probably be going. I'd like to track that dragon down as soon as I can.
Alright.
I'll let you know when I have news of her location.
Okay, Poppy. Now it's to go to Nazi. Nazi. Yo, you back in Hogwarts.
What are you up to now?
Oh, Nazi, where are you? Upstairs, okay.
So frustrating.
Oh, this is your mom. No, I didn't know.
You wanted to speak with me, Mother?
I had hoped to speak with you alone, Natsai.
Your message mentioned your concern about an unusual creature that was spotted in the woods near Hogsmeade. That could have been anything.
You know what it was, Natsai.
I am allowed to leave the castle. I am always careful, Mother.
Careful. Officer Singer disagrees. She sent me an owl telling me that you have been trying to collect evidence of some kind against dark wizards. She berated me for not keeping a closer eye on you, and she is right. I do not want you visiting Hogsmeade for the near future.
But Mother!
My little gazelle, you are well-intentioned, but you must not meddle in the affairs of dangerous people.
If someone had meddled in Matabeleland, Father would still be with us.
I must get to class. Perhaps your friend can get you to listen to reason.
So frustrating. She never listens to me.
She called you her little gazelle. Is that a term of endearment where you're from?
It is specific to me. I am the unusual creature in Hogsmeade she mentioned. Self-transfiguration is not taught at Hogwarts, so I am gently discouraged from practicing it. However, I am an animagus, and it is in my gazelle form that I have been able to wander the Highlands rather freely until now, much to my mother's chagrin. That is how I managed to spy on Rookwood and Harlow.
How does it feel to transform into an animal?
Well, the first time, it can be a bit unnerving. I felt a kind of searing pain and a strong double heartbeat. But it gets easier the more you do it. I no longer feel any pain, and I must say, I find a sense of comfort in the double heartbeat. And I love being able to view the world from a different perspective.
Can you choose what form your animagus will take?
Oh no, a person's animagus form is determined by their personality. My mother is convinced that my form is a gazelle because I adapt well to any situation. I believe it is because I can sense danger and keep my wits about me.
Were you born an animagus, or did you learn to become one?
Animagi are not born. The process is quite elaborate. It involves holding a mandrake leaf in one's mouth for an entire month, then placing the leaf in a crystal phial so that it is imbued with moonlight, then adding one of your own hairs. And that is just the beginning. Self-transfiguration is common among students at Wagadu, but Professor Weasley considers it much too dangerous to teach at Hogwarts.
Now the nickname makes sense. What an extraordinary ability to have.
It is. I love transforming, but Mother is less enthusiastic about it. She says that no creature, especially one as rare as a gazelle, should be bounding about where poaching has become so prevalent. She claims that she has foreseen tragedy befall me in my gazelle form. But she has used her sight to control me too many times. I no longer believe it.
She's concerned for your safety. It may be best for you to stay away from Hogsmeade for now.
That may be safe, but I do not believe that it would be best. Do you? You could have fled the moment you discovered that Rookwood, Harlow, and Ranrock were after you, but you did not. I choose to act as you have. I must deal with Rookwood and Harlow, not hide from them. My mother cannot know where I am all the time. Thank you for being here during that rather awkward conversation.
Okay. Don't come and cry when you die.
Revelio.
Next quest. Wait to hear from... Okay. Sebastian. Yeah.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Wait, what was that?
Seems a pleasant enough little place.
Yo, that lag.
Anna's getting worse. If there is any chance that the relic from Slytherin's spellbook can help her, I must find it. I'm requesting your help. Meet me outside of Feldcroft, near the Catacomb.
I'm here.
I have some promising news about the location of our Hebridean dragon friend and where to return her you-know-what. Meet me in the town circle in Hogsmeade.
But I'm here with Sebastian. Yo. Hey, let me do this mission here that I'm at now with him. There.
I came as soon as I could.
I'd been so distracted by the scriptorium and Slytherin's book that I'd almost forgotten what it was that struck me about that triptych. This is the view painted on the canvas that was left on it.
That's incredible. You know this area well.
And while I was waiting for you, I scouted around and discovered an abandoned mine nearby, surrounded by Ranrock's loyalists.
Do you think there's a connection to the triptych?
I've no idea. But perhaps they're searching it, the way they did Rookwood Castle and Isidora's Manor. How do we want to handle this?
We need to see what they're doing, but let's not draw their attention.
Very well.
And I still have that rune symbol we found on the triptych. If there is a connection, I suspect we'll see that symbol again.
After you.
Revelio. There they are up ahead.
I'll let you lead.
Wait, don't I have talent points? Ooh, yes I do. I got 3. Boom, yes, I use boom, and I'm gonna wait.
I'll give them what they deserve.
No one enters this mine. Kill anyone who tries.
Ranrock's loyalists are out for blood.
Petrificus totalis.
Hello?
All of Ranrock's loyalists deserve the same fate. Nice work.
Revelio.
Awesome. Yeah, it's easier to just do this than to go guns blazing.
This is going well.
We make a good team.
We do at that.
Once again, we could fight our way through or be discreet.
You know which one I'd choose?
Perhaps we can find an alternate route up ahead.
Sneaking around has its appeal.
Such arrogance.
Levioso. Accio.
I need this and then this.
How childish.
Protego.
Someone been taken out.
Accio. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Defendo. Accio.
You're dead.
And the fun is over.
Fun is a...
Come here. Wrong thing.
Revelio.
It is. And that was relatively fun.
For better or for worse, we're in.
Could do with a nice mushroom stew about now.
No, you don't. Oh, and I got an achievement.
This mine looks like a tomb.
It was closed after accidents were reported.
Confringo.
Oh, I see why.
Oh, you.
Revelio. I don't see any goblins in these webs.
Too disgusting for even a spider to prey on.
I know an intruder! Run, won't we stop? No!
Defender! Confringo! Bombarda! Expelliarmus!
Blew up the red barrel was
Dead! Defender! Confringo!
Where's the red barrel? Used it already.
Bombarda! Expelliarmus! Protego! Defender!
Oh well.
How many Ranrock's loyalists are in here?
Too many. They definitely think there's something here they want.
Ooh, painting. Cool. We'll never use it basically.
Accio! Wingardium Leviosa!
But I still forget
That ledge is
to
awfully high. Any ideas?
still forget to go after making a video to make the room of requirements look fancy.
It's no wonder spiders give people goosebumps.
Could be the hairy legs, or the soulless eyes, or the venomous fangs, or any number of endearing qualities, really.
Smashing.
Should have thought to conjure stairs.
Confringo!
Hello, spiders.
Pharaoh!
Quieter than a jobberknoll.
You are new. You were new.
Bombarda! Expelliarmus! Protego! Stupefy! Defender! Confringo!
We've rid the world of another spider. Tonight.
Revelio!
We're making quick work of them.
Professor Hecat would be proud.
She would at that. Ranrock's loyalists have all but declared war.
Ooh, that's a save. No. Go back, go back, go back.
Devil's Snare seems to thrive in darkness. Perhaps it doesn't care for light. Bombarda! Lumos! Lumos! Incendio! Lumos!
There we go.
Incendio! Bombarda!
We've still not seen a single rune symbol.
I think we're going to be a bit distracted from runes for a moment.
An unwelcome distraction at that.
We have another fight on our hands.
Why am I not?
Come on there. We know you're
Accio! We're not finished yet. Incendio, Expelliarmus. Sendo, Accio. Confringo, Defendo. Incendio. Expelliarmus, Descendio. Bomba. Confringo. Incendio.
Ui.
Expelliarmus, Descendo. Defendo. Confringo. Accio. Bombarda. Incendio. Expelliarmus. Descendo. Confringo. Defendo. Incendio. Descendo.
I don't know how to bury spiders hid
You're
in the
not a
ground.
bad chap for a Slytherin.
For a Ravenclaw, you certainly have a lot to learn.
Descendo. Bombarda. Confringo.
Now,
Confringo.
have a look around in peace. Wasn't expecting that.
How do I get up there now?
Confringo.
Oh,
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Levioso. Confringo. Revelio. Sebastian, I think I found something. A canvas piece.
Brilliant. Our efforts weren't in vain after all. Still, what do you have there?
A journal entry by Isadora.
Hopefully it will help us unravel more of this mystery.
If the triptych led us here to find this bit of canvas, we can probably assume that Isadora Morganach was here.
She seems to have been everywhere.
But if she was using the Undercroft, and the cellar beneath her manor in Feldcroft, why would she create this space?
And why hide it behind cryptic rune symbols? And ancient magic that no one but you could see?
Isadora and Percival Rackham, another of the Keepers, could see traces of ancient magic too.
Rackham? I haven't heard his name before.
His are some of the memories I've seen. I don't think he and Isadora saw eye to eye on how this magic should be used.
This is all rather baffling. Let's take the canvas back to the triptych. Perhaps the answers are there. This place is odd, to be sure, but I'm fascinated by it. Now, for the trek back out of here and to Hogwarts.
Unless we can find another passageway to the Undercroft. Let's have a look around.
And now for the moment of truth.
It has to fit. Please tell me you recognize the location in this bit of canvas.
The good news is I do, in fact.
And the bad news?
We're in for more trouble. I know that coast. Ranrock has taken over a huge mine in the surrounding area. Marrenweem has suffered for it. It's as bad as Feldcroft's become. Should we head there now?
We should wait.
Why?
All this time, we've been a step behind Ranrock. I may know someone who could help us get ahead.
Who is that?
Someone who knows Ranrock personally. They asked me not to mention their name to anyone.
A goblin? Tell me I'm wrong. You know goblins cursed my sister to shut her up. Said she should be seen and not heard.
I do, but not all goblins are...
Not all goblins what? Have you forgotten Feldcroft? Have you forgotten the mine we just went through?
No, Sebastian, I haven't. You're not listening to me.
Why would I listen to someone so ignorant?
You don't know what you're saying. Take a breath for a moment.
Oh, I know precisely what I'm saying. Unbelievable.
That's sick. Ooh, there's a Merlin challenge down there. And there. Ooh, lots of Merlin challenges I haven't got yet.
Wonder if I'm safe to...
One who has been interfering with a rather personal matter. The demiguise statues, and the moons contained therein, were placed as they were for good reason. You should not meddle in the personal affairs of others.
I don't think Mr. Pemberton meant to use his own stationery. He knows something about those demiguise moons. He's in Hogsmeade, apparently. Perhaps I shall pay him a visit.
Not now.
You're here. Good.
Sebastian, that relic you mentioned...
Don't think I've forgotten about your goblin friend. I haven't. But I needed to tell you what I've learned. I believe one of Slytherin's students stumbled upon the relic during an assignment to study sarcophagi in this catacomb. From what I read in a report by the student, they weren't permitted to take it with them, so I must assume it's still here. As I mentioned earlier, this relic grants its holder the power to reverse dark magic curses. If it's in this catacomb, I have to find it. For Anne. I need to see her.
I'd be interested to know what else the student discovered.
Have a look. Unfortunately, there's no name on it. But I suspect if it was important enough for Slytherin to stash in his spellbook, it's worthy of further study.
I'm ready to explore the catacomb. Perhaps we can visit Anne when we've finished.
Perfect. By the way, Ominous has been asking about you. You didn't tell him what we were doing, did you?
I didn't. I promise.
Good. Ominous would be livid if he knew what we were about to do. I'll be interested to compare what lies inside to what I've read about this catacomb. I'm sure that foul smell is the scent of success. Try not to lose your nerve just yet.
Bombarda! Descendo! Incendio! Expelliarmus! Defendo! Confringo!
At least now we know we're not alone in here.
Accio! Perhaps that was it. And the rest of the tomb will be insect-free.
Yeah, spiders aren't insects.
Don't start.
Wingardium Leviosa! Confringo! Accio! Revelio!
This room is taller than it looks.
Leviosa!
Finding a chest in an inconspicuous loft. Brilliant.
Descendo! Bombarda! Incendio! Cabolso! Expelliarmus! Incendio! Incendio! Accio!
Why am I taking damage? Hello?
Revelio. Compulso.
Watch your step. I nearly slipped there.
I'll go this way there.
Now this is the sort of great room I want to be buried in.
Surrounded by grandeur.
Grandeur and then some. Even an altar with a pile of bones. Lovely.
Bones outside a sarcophagus. Seems odd. Accio. There's something here by the altar. Defender!
We've rid the world of another spider. I shall sleep better tonight.
Revelio. Defender! Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Incendio. Accio. We're in a tomb. I assume eerie sounds come with the territory. Wingardium Leviosa.
I think this is the right way I'm going, so I must go back. Yep, I'm going back first.
Revelio. Defender. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Incendio. Revelio.
What did you find?
Looks like part of a student's diary. It mentions plans to return for the relic and conjuring barricades using bones.
Of course. The student's summary referenced the space beyond the Great Room, which means this can't be a dead end. Let's divide and conquer. You work on sorting out the bone barricades, I'll look around and see what we missed. Hold on to that diary entry. There may be more to it.
It does mention something else. It says their next assignment was learning the Imperius Curse.
Really? Interesting. We need to focus on moving beyond this room. But let me think for a moment.
Do you think the pages were left here on purpose?
Slytherin mentioned a student who excelled in charms and always carried a satchel stuffed full of notes. They might have been left on purpose, or the student may have simply dropped them.
Of course. I'll start to search for those barricades.
Brilliant. There's more to this than even I imagined.
Done.
Before we trudge on further, I've just...
Confringo!
The student's diary mentions the Imperius Curse. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to need it here. It's an unforgivable, but useful when you're outnumbered. Places the victim completely under the caster's control. So, if you'd like to learn Imperio, I can teach you.
Yeah.
Shouldn't I know more about what the curse entails?
Remember the blasting curse? Same idea, Except when it comes to unforgivable curses, your intention has to be clear. You have to mean it.
Where did you learn the Imperious Curse?
I taught myself. Don't tell Ominous that I've told you. It's not exactly something I can brag about, but it may come in handy. I think you ought to know it.
Yeah, give it to me.
It's probably wise to know the spell.
I couldn't agree more. A spell that could save your life shouldn't be unforgivable. You have a lot at stake. You have an ability that evidently no one's seen for centuries. Focus your wand's movement. It's not an easy spell to master.
Yo?
There we go. Something troubling ahead.
Incendio! Bombarda! Expelliarmus!
Another barricade.
Accio!
Last one, this should be a cinch.
How gracious of you.
I try. That worked. Keep going.
Oh.
Accio! Confringo! Defender! Incendio! Bombarda!
We've rid the world of another spider. I shall sleep better tonight.
Accio!
Wait, I want to go down here.
Confringo! Imperial! Leviosa! Accio! Leviosa! Accio! Confringo! Defender! Leviosa! Incendio! Expelliarmus! Bombarda! Accio! Confringo! Defender! Leviosa! Never knew spiders could make such a mess! Bit dramatic, isn't it? Accio!
This catacomb has suffered decay, just as the student's summary described.
I doubt anyone's been here in quite some time. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Confringo.
You are head and shoulders above these bones. Nicely done. I see why Slytherin's student was so entranced with this place.
Imperial.
I'm gonna have to Google how to bury a bloody spider. I don't understand. It's starting to piss me off. Oh, bury a spider, but we're not. It's not gonna be clear how to do it.
Imperial. Incendio. Levioso. Accio. Defendo. Confringo. Incendio. Bombardo. Expelliarmus. Defendo. Confringo. For a moment there, I thought that would never end. Revelio. Accio.
Dead end. Lovely. All that for nothing.
Hold on. Don't give up yet. Sebastian! The relic! Look! Could it be? The note and rendition of the relic. It matches. This must be where the student left the relic.
I can't believe it. After all this, it lines up. We've really found it.
What do you suppose is meant by the dark sacrifice required to realize the relic's potential?
I have no idea. But we're here for the relic.
I'm willing to ignore what the journal entry says. We're taking the relic.
Agreed. This is meant to be. For Anne's sake, I'm taking it. Let's get to Feldcroft. I must keep this relic secret, especially from my uncle.
I think it's gonna go south. I think you're gonna kill your...
Is that ominous? Ominous. The sounds we kept hearing. It was you.
You gave me no choice. I had to follow you. Sebastian, please, leave the relic alone. We can find another way to help Anne.
I'm sorry, Ominous, but I'm taking it.
No, you're not. If you won't put it back, then I will.
Hold on, both of you. Sebastian, please, take a step back.
Fine, but Ominous knows I won't step back from a fight.
Can't believe this.
Revelio. How much did you hear?
Everything. I heard you encourage Sebastian to take the relic.
Sebastian's done his research. He knows what he's doing.
Sebastian makes things sound easy when they could be impossible or dangerous. We need to stop him.
And if nothing will change his mind?
Something has to. I need your help.
No.
Sebastian's right. We need that relic.
I'm sorry. My mind is made up.
Are you willing to sacrifice your friendship over this?
I might be. How could I choose to stand by and watch him do this?
What if the choice wasn't yours? You wouldn't be to blame for what happens.
What in the world are you suggesting? Imperium?
Now that you say it out loud, it sounds absurd. But I have another idea. We allow Sebastian to leave with the relic under one condition. After this, no more.
I feel that's what we agreed to in the scriptorium. I'm being taken for a fool.
You're not, Ominous. This may be the only way to keep your friendship intact. Let's trust him to know what's best.
Fine. If I trust him on this, I'm trusting you too. The dark arts seem harmless until it's too late. Go then. Leave with the relic. I'll not say a word more.
Yeah, get up, don't worry.
I hope I don't regret this.
Sebastian, we're ready.
What is it? I haven't changed my mind.
Ominous has. Let's go.
What? Ominous?
I'll explain on the way. Come on.
So, leave the catacombs and almost ran all the way back.
Well, what happened back there?
Ominous and I found a compromise.
Ominous simply needs a moment with you and he'll change his mind. Is that it?
I told him we ought to give you this chance, that the relic is too important to ignore.
There has to be more to it than that. Tell me.
We agreed on what was needed, Sebastian. You have my word.
I never wanted to keep all this from Ominous. He just doesn't understand. And I didn't want to worry him all over again. As we were leaving, Ominous wouldn't even acknowledge me. That's not like him.
He was troubled, Sebastian. Even though we agreed to it all, it's been a lot to take in.
I thought he understood. He knew we couldn't give up. All of this is too important. For Anne. When we get to Feldcroft, I'd rather Anne not know what had to be done to get this relic. She thinks like Ominous. It'd only upset her. Oh no, this isn't good.
What is it?
Smoke, over there, by the hamlet. Feldcroft's in trouble. They're under attack.
Let's hurry.
No man, idiot.
Instant. Expelliarmus.
To the right! They're closing in!
Shall we not?
Get away with it.
Incendio.
You don't believe you can
You're not winning it. Stupefy.
Got them. They'll retreat. Almost.
Bombarda. Accio. Defender. Potato. Stupefy. Crucial. Incendio. Expelliarmus.
What have you done?
Saved my sister.
With an unforgivable curse. From that damned book, no doubt. Your father would be ashamed. You've gone too far, Sebastian. Stay away from her. From all of us.
Slack, man. Would you rather ever date the kid?
What did my uncle expect me to do? The Imperious curse saved Anne's life. That goblin was going to kill her.
You did what you had to do.
If I have to keep proving that to my uncle, I will. He cannot banish me from my own home. From my sister.
It might be best to let him calm down a while. May I speak to him? Perhaps I can help to ease the tension a bit.
You may be right. Very well. Probably best if I get away from here for a while. I'll head back to Hogwarts.
What was he thinking?
Pardon me, Mr. Sallow.
What Sebastian did was inexcusable. You cannot possibly be about to defend him.
Sebastian and I have encountered Ranrock's loyalists before. That goblin would have killed Anne.
This family does not resort to using dark magic, even against our enemies. What Sebastian did cannot be undone. That you are defending Sebastian's behavior at all tells me everything I need to know. You are as guilty as he is. Sebastian is to come nowhere near Feldcroft, nowhere near Anne. Unforgivable curses are so named for a reason. If I hear that either of you continues down this path, if either of you uses dark magic, I will notify the headmaster immediately.
Do it.
Why, Sebastian?
Revelio. Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade? Revelio.
Probably about time, though, isn't it?
It's not like her to forget.
She's referring to your station. My station?
I didn't keep you waiting, did I?
Not at all. I was just at the post office. Gran told me to expect a package, but it looks as if she forgot to send it. She didn't send me an owl this week either. Perhaps she's busy with her research.
What kind of research is she doing?
It varies from week to week, but it's always to do with creatures. Last week she was studying leg knots in plimpies.
What was she sending you?
Only some feed she's been developing. I was going to give it to Professor Howin for the measles.
What did you find out about the dragon you were tracking?
I realised that she didn't know the poachers had her egg, so when she left Horntail Hall, she would have headed straight to her nest. I went back to the tent and tracked her flight.
How do you track a dragon long after she's gone?
Tree canopies, burn marks, things like that.
Well done. You certainly know what you're doing.
I can't be certain, but I have an idea of one place she may have been heading. I thought we might go and see it for ourselves.
Of course. Shall we leave now?
If that's all right. I want to see how she's faring if she had a collar on. And she's likely frantic about her egg. Here we are. I do think this is where we'll find her. The terrain's typical of where the breed would nest. I suspect it's how the poachers found her to begin with. They likely camped here and logged her patterns. Perhaps nabbed her first and then her egg. Dragons are hard enough to wrangle, let alone maternal ones.
You got all of that from simply standing here?
You'd be surprised how easy it is to think like a poacher. Shall we see if she's home? We only need to return her egg.
That sounds straightforward enough.
We should be in and out. Then we can be finished with the poachers once and for all.
If you're right about finding her here, how do we go about returning the egg?
Her nest will likely be in the heart of her den, which she will be keeping guard over. It might also be more charred than anywhere else, I imagine.
I don't suppose you've thought about keeping it, have you?
No, it belongs to her. Keeping it will make me just as bad as the poachers.
Well then, let's find our dragon and return her egg.
Wonderful. If she sees us flying about, she might take it as a sign of aggression or food. We should stay on foot. Oh, and one more thing. Let's not agitate her. Goodness knows she's been through enough already. I'm ready when you are. There she is, above us. She could make it. Oh, good. It looks as if she wasn't collared like the other dragons. Poor thing must be worried sick, wondering what happened to her egg.
For what it's worth, she doesn't seem to have spotted us yet.
Let's hope it stays that way. At least until we've done what we came to do.
Confringo! Defender! Descender!
Expelliarmus!
Revelio!
Doing these dueling challenges now is difficult. Some of them, I don't even read because it's so long.
Reparo!
Fantastic.
There she is again.
She's breathtaking.
From a distance.
Eyesight is.
I beg your pardon?
I don't imagine the poachers fed her well. And from a distance, we probably look exactly like sheep to her. Hebrideans love sheep.
How lucky for us. Watch your step.
Pity. She must have been starved to pick off a graphorn.
Or just raring for a fight.
Quite. What was that?
Wait here! I'll run ahead.
Whenever you're ready, I'll follow your lead.
I'll draw her attention. Follow when it's safe. Revelio.
Her domain. She'll make sure we know it.
Ooh.
Keep at it. We've just got to make it to the nest.
Oh, she isn't making it easy.
Not a warm welcome.
It's a little too warm, if you ask me. I don't suppose she listened to reason.
I'd normally try, but we're well past that. Get to that opening below her. If we can get to that entrance, we can get to the nest.
Shut up, I know. Shut up.
She's leaving! Quickly!
Brilliant.
There's the nest. We're almost there. Why is every bridge
Reparo.
here broken? Now, if we just return her egg, we can hopefully make it out without too much fuss. That was brilliant! And did you see how clever? She left us perfectly unharmed.
Creatures are a lot cleverer than most people realize.
That's what Gran always says. The important thing is that we survived it. And we returned her egg. Thank you for doing this with me. Wouldn't blame you one bit if you wanted to head back to the castle and never think about dragons again.
I was hoping to look around for a moment, if you don't mind. Take it all in.
I suppose we could catch our breath.
Revelio.
I'm ready whenever you are.
Hey, let me go back.
I can't believe any of what just happened.
Still taking it all in.
No, I think I'm ready to leave if you are.
I am. After our dragon rescue at Hauntowl Hall, I half expect to be ambushed by poachers any time I'm not in the castle.
Understandable. We did sabotage their fighting ring and steal a dragon egg from them.
True. True. So why haven't they come after us? It's not like them to let things lie. Unless...
Unless what?
Unless they haven't let things lie. Oh no, I can't believe I didn't see it. We need to leave. I need to send an owl. How could I have been so blind?
Spare a nut, a sickle, a galleon.
Revelio.
Don't be stingy.
What are you up to now?
Wait, how much inventory space do I have? Ooh, I need to go sell. But first, I need to Hogwarts. Identify my items. Ooh, lots of upgrades. Nice. Alright, some nice upgrades there. Hopefully I have enough of those feathers. Nope. That sucks. Look how small the baby is. Come on. It should be enough feathers now. And then the Fooper feathers as well. Let me quickly get that.
Dick thinks you should be proud of all the potions you've brewed.
Did I put the Foopers in here? No, I didn't. That's fine. Oh, oops. Yeah, it's fine. There we go. Let me just get those feathers. Hello, my unicorn. I still need to find you a mate. They're all done. Yeah. What's that? And I think I'm gonna leave the episode there. A lot was done this episode, at least. Let's just see what I can upgrade. Yeah, I'll leave the episode there. I'll go and sell the items and then carry on with them with this one. Yeah, with Sebastian's missions next episode. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please like, comment, subscribe, and see you all on the next Hogwarts Legacy Let's Play.